The crystalline throne room of the Zephyrian Empire stretched endlessly, its walls pulsing with bioluminescent veins that cast an ethereal glow across the assembled council. Queen Zerethix, her iridescent exoskeleton shimmering with hues of deep purple and silver, sat motionless upon her elevated seat. Her four eyes scanned the holographic display before her, showing the latest reports from the frontier worlds. Your Majesty. Commander Velkos stepped forward, his antennae twitching nervously. The human resistance on Sector 7 has been problematic. They refused to surrender despite being outnumbered 300 to 1. Emily stood among the human captives, her hands bound with energy restraints that hummed with alien technology. She had been a medic on the colony ship Prometheus, one of humanity's first attempts at deep space colonization. Now she was a prisoner, watching as the Zephyrian Queen deliberated the fate of her species, humans. Queen Zerethix spoke, her voice a melodious harmony that resonated through translation devices. Such fragile creatures, their planets conquered in mere cycles. Why do they persist in this futile resistance? Emily felt her heart pound, but she kept her face impassive. She had learned much during her captivity. The Zephyrians were formidable, yes, but they relied heavily on their technological superiority and numerical advantage. They had never faced true human determination. Perhaps, Your Majesty, we should simply execute the prisoners and be done with it, suggested another council member, a serpentine creature with scales that shifted between green and gold. Wait. Emily's voice cut through the chamber, strong and clear despite her circumstances. The translator implant behind her ear converted her words into the Zephyrian harmonic language. You speak of humans as if we're defeated, but you haven't met him yet. Queen Zerethix's eyes narrowed, focusing on the small human with unexpected intensity. Him, explain yourself. Prisoner. Emily smiled, a fierce expression that didn't quite reach her eyes. Erling Kaiden, the ghost of Andromeda, the Breach Walker, the last guardian of Earth's defense coalition. The name hung in the air like a physical presence. Emily watched as several of the alien council members exchanged glances, but it was the Queen's reaction that confirmed what Emily had suspected. The name was not unknown here. Queen Zerethix's normally vibrant exoskeleton paled, its colors draining to a sickly white gray. Her mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of distress in Zephyrian physiology. That is impossible, the Queen whispered, rising from her throne. The Kaiden died at the Battle of Proxima. Our intelligence confirmed it. Your intelligence was wrong, Emily said, her confidence growing as she saw the fear rippling through the chamber. Erling doesn't die. He adapts, he survives, and when humans are threatened, he becomes something more than a warrior. He becomes a legend. Commander Velkos stepped forward aggressively. These are the desperate lies of a defeated species. The human military was crushed, their fleets scattered. Were they? Emily challenged. Or did they do exactly what Erling trained them to do? Scatter, regroup, strike from the shadows. You think you've won because you hold our colonies, but you don't understand human warfare. We don't just fight with weapons. We fight with hope, with stories, with the knowledge that somewhere out there, our protectors still stand. Queen Zerethix descended from her throne, her movements jerky and uncertain. I have seen the reports from the Outer Rim campaigns, she said quietly. Entire Zephyrian battalions vanishing without a trace. Supply lines severed with surgical precision. Command ships go in dark, their crews found in stasis, unharmed but defeated. We attributed these incidents to rebel cells, but they bore his signature, Emily finished. Erling doesn't kill unless he must. He disables. He disrupts. He turns your own technology against you. That's why they call him the Breach Walker. He finds the cracks in every defense, the flaws in every system. A junior officer burst into the throne room, his scales rippling with alarm. Your Majesty, emergency transmission from Battle Fleet Omega. They've been boarded. The holographic display shifted, showing a Zephyrian dreadnought listing in space. Its lights flickered erratically, and escape pods were launching in every direction. Impossible. Commander Velkos breathed. Battle Fleet Omega has 30,000 soldiers aboard. How could? The transmission crackled to life, and a figure appeared on the screen. He was tall for a human, clad in adaptive armor that seemed to shift and flow like liquid metal. His face was partially obscured by a tactical visor, but his presence was undeniable. Erling Kiden stood on the bridge of the Zephyrian flagship, surrounded by incapacitated alien soldiers. Queen Zerathix, his voice was calm, almost gentle. "I believe you have something that belongs to humanity." Medical Officer Emily Chen, among others, Emily's breath caught. He had come for them. For her, the Queen's colors had drained almost completely now, her exoskeleton nearly translucent with fear. "How did you penetrate our defenses?" "We have quantum shields, predictive AI, temporal scanners. You have technology." Erling interrupted. "But we have something you can never quantify or defend against. We have the willingness to sacrifice everything for our own. We have bonds forged in adversity. We have love, loyalty, and the absolute refusal to abandon our people." He stepped closer to the camera, and Emily could see the exhaustion in his posture, the slight tremor in his hands that spoke of battles fought and barely won. But his voice remained steady. "Here are my terms. Release all human prisoners. Withdraw from the colonized sectors. We will establish a neutral zone, and humanity will remain within our designated territories. Refuse, and I will dismantle your empire ship by ship, fleet by fleet, world by world. Not through destruction I'll leave your people alive. As Emily taught us compassion, even in war, but I will ensure that the Zephyrian Empire never threatens another species again." Queen Zerathix sank back onto her throne, defeat evident in every movement. She had conquered 17 star systems, subjugated 43 species, and commanded forces that numbered in the billions. Yet one human warrior, fueled by something her empire could never replicate, had brought her to her knees. "Release the prisoners," she commanded weakly. "All of them. Prepare the evacuation protocols for the colonial sectors." As the energy restraints fell away from Emily's wrists, she rubbed the circulation back into her hands and looked up at the holographic image of Erling. Though separated by vast distances of space, she could feel the connection between them, the shared humanity, the unbreakable will to survive, the hope that had sustained them both. "Thank you," she whispered, knowing he couldn't hear but needing to say it anyway. The alien queen had learned what every aggressor throughout human history eventually discovered: that humanity's greatest weapon was not technology or numbers, but the indomitable spirit of those who refused to surrender, and the legends they created to light the way through darkness. Erling Kiden had become such a legend, and legends, once born, could never truly be defeated.